Looking at the approach shot, a 36-hole leader of the Michigan Open, Brett White. And who better to be joined about to talk about this than my man, the longtime executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA, Kevin Keche. It's King Kevin Helm, right? That's what you told me to say.
Right, Dan. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, thanks for being here. You know, I've been up here ever since I came back to the Bear, and I love it every year. It's such a great tournament. And Kevin, I know you guys put so much work into this. I just wanted to give you a chance first to talk about the health of this tournament and why it's so important.
Well, one reason it's important is this is the 103rd Michigan Open, so it's been going around a long time. I mean, there's a lot of people that came before me and the current staff, kind of built the history and created the history of this tournament. Great players. We're here for a short time, kind of being stewards and taking care of it, and hopefully leave it better than we found it. But when you're part of something that has a 103-year history, that's pretty special. So we're fortunate to have this event to work with, and then it's Michigan's championship. It's for the best players in the state. Tour player, whatever your status may be. If you live in Michigan, this is your championship to come and try to beat the best. So it all adds up to a very special tournament.
No, it does, Kevin. And we're right here. I mean, you look back and the guys are walking up 18 here at the beautiful Bear, the super tough Bear. And I know it was here for a long time, the Michigan Open. You mentioned it's 103rd and left for a minute, but it's back where I think it obviously should be. Talk about the tournament being here at such a special course designed by Jack Nicklaus, plays so tough, and really does, show you who the best golfers are. I mean, it was that old adage that, good golfers can play courses well, but it's the tough courses that separate the men from the boys. This is where I think this tournament should be, and I know you guys are happy that it's here again.
We're thrilled to be here. This is, again, after, like I said, we were here for 28 years in a row. Years ago, I think 2008 would have been the end of that stint. Then it moved around for a little bit around the state, and then this is the third year now that we've been back at Grand Traverse Resort. And the Bear is just a outstanding championship golf course. The players, you can talk to them. They may shoot 67, they might shoot 77, but afterwards they just appreciate the challenge that the Bear provides. They said, you can't fluke it around here. If you're not hitting it well or your game's not sharp, it's going to expose you. And after 4 rounds around here and in various different weather conditions, the best player this week is going to win. This course will certainly identify that.
Yep, $150,000 purse, Kevin. I know it's a lot more than the previous couple of years it was back here in the Bear. That's obviously got to make you guys excited and add a lot of value to this tournament.
It certainly makes me excited, but I'll tell you who it makes more excited. It would be the players.
Yes,
but
I can get that check.
And that is a huge thank you to not only Grand Traverse Resort, but Turtle Creek Casino, who really stepped up this year as a title sponsor. They really leaned in and said, hey, we want to be part of elevating this championship to new heights. And quite frankly, it's to heights it's never been before. It's, like I said, it's 103 years it's been competed, but this is the largest purse we've ever had. Back when we were here before, we had terrific sponsorship through Detroit newspapers at the time. Yep. And I think the purse reached 110,000 as a max back then, which was terrific. But yeah, so to be back here this year and Turtle Creek to really lean in, like I said, and say, hey, we want to be part of something special and do something special for the area and for the players. We're very fortunate.
Kevin Helm, the executive director, longtime executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA, joins us here on the Task Force Live on location, Michigan Open here at the beautiful Bear Grand Traverse Resort. Kevin, it's been a crazy year. We obviously know that COVID's affected everybody, but golf has been one of the things that, since things have opened up a little bit, have been so important for so many. Michigan itself is so special when it comes to golf. So many great courses, so many great golfers, so many people who just love to play the game. Hey, what have you seen being the executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA this year that leads into that and to kind of look towards the future as well after a very, very tough year that obviously isn't over yet? We're still probably going to have to deal with COVID going into next year as well.
Yeah, very difficult year for just people in general, for all kinds of businesses. As you mentioned, golf has been one of the few things, outdoor recreational activity that people could do. I'm most concerned about our PGA professionals and their facilities. And I tell you, it's really positive news, even though it's a scary time. They have been busy. Golf courses, you can't replace the big outings and the weddings and things like that take place at these facilities. But tee time and member golf is way up, off the charts.
Yep.
High numbers everywhere, so that's very encouraging. And I think you have maybe some families that are playing that maybe some of the family members didn't play before, but this is a way they can get out of the house and do things together. Private clubs, you might have some members that maybe played once every other week that are now coming out and playing a lot more frequently. So there's just a lot of positives for golf. And our challenge will be now, once we get through this terrible time with COVID and things open up and there's people can go back to doing what they used to do, how do we retain them? How do we keep them, keep this energy going and excitement around golf?
Kevin, I got to ask you about this. There's a lot of people that have reached out to me since I've been up here and in the previous years. And obviously, most people understand how you get involved with the Michigan Open and you qualify, or, you have exemptions, all that kind of stuff. But there are a lot of people that have asked me, that are younger golfers. The parents have asked me, what can they do to try to get involved in this tournament? What advice would you give them?
It depends on how young, biggest thing for juniors, if you're talking that young, don't force it. I mean, parents and instructors, make it fun. The kids have to enjoy it or they're going to lose interest. So let them have fun. Our PGA professionals are very skilled at knowing when to introduce different levels of instruction and different things that juniors can try to do to elevate their game. But, then when the time is right, get involved in competition. There's so many great junior tours around the state of Michigan. We run junior tournaments, the Golf Association of Michigan. There's all kinds of junior tours that we can help connect people with so that they can kind of get involved at the level they want to. There's some very competitive junior tour events or junior tours, and there's also some more introductory ones. PGA Junior League is a great introductory program for juniors to get involved in. It's kind of like baseball for golf. They wear golf shirts with numbers on the back and team names, and they play like a scramble format, so they're helping one another, each other out. It's really a fun way for juniors to get involved in golf. So I would say way back at that level, that's a fun way to get started.
And then when you look at, the guys that are in this field, this great field we have here, I mean, last one for you, the health of golf in Michigan, the health of tournaments like this. As you mentioned, golf off the charts during COVID, when COVID started allowing states like Michigan to start opening up a little bit. But where are we at with the health of golf and the health of the Michigan section of the PGA?
Like I said, it's I almost feel guilty saying this, but we've managed through this pretty well. Golf facilities seem to be doing well. Like I said, the numbers for golf alone are way up. Our tournaments, from a section standpoint, we've had to reschedule a vast majority of them. So the second half here of the season is really condensed and packed in. But I think there's only one tournament that we lost that we couldn't reschedule. So we're still running the events. The participation's been good. People want to play golf. So that's all positive. I think the health of golf in Michigan is very healthy right now.
It definitely is. This tournament, kind of showcases that. Kevin, you and your team doing a heck of a job. Justin, the tournament director, and the cast of thousands. We can't name them all unless you want to shout out some people right now. But keep up the great work, and it's been incredible being up here again as always.
Yeah, you mentioned Justin. Justin's a longtime tournament director. He's one of the best in the country at doing what he does, and the players appreciate it. I get several comments every week like this, and they say, "Hey, great job on the setup." To Justin, please pass it along, and they really appreciate all the detail and the work he puts into it.
Yep, great stuff by you and your team, and Justin, as you mentioned. Let's look forward to a great, end of this third round, and then a great final round of the 103rd Michigan Open Champion being crowned tomorrow here at the great historic Bear.
Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate you having me on.
Hey, you as well. Great stuff there, Kevin. Really appreciate the time. That's the executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA, Kevin Helm. King Kevin, as I call him. Let's take a quick look at the leaderboard as it stands right now. I mentioned Brett White was our 36-hole leader. I talked with him yesterday, and he teed off with local Caledonia boy Ben Scott. I know Scott has gone down a couple places in the leaderboard, but this is where we're at as we stand right now, a little more than midway through the leaders, their round today. And right now you still have Brett White -9. You got Chad Kermel with a great day, -5. One off the lead, Eric Noble, former champion. He won it last year in the rain shortened event. He is just 2 off the pace, -7. There's Ben Cook right there. I know he's down. I think he was +1 earlier, but now he's back to even. So through 13, he's right in the mix. And Alex Scott, the local Traverse City boy, done good. He came into today +2. Now he is -5 because he shot a 7 under 65. And a personal friend of mine, Joseph Jessic, big supporter of the NAMI, National Alliance of Mental Illness Skins and Pins outing. Him and his family always have a team there. They win tons of prizes. He is now 1 under on the day. Came back with birdie on 13 and 14, and now just 5 off the pace at -4. James Howley from Howell, Michigan. He is even on the day, -3. There's the rest of your leaderboard as it stands right now. And these guys are about to, they got 3, 4, 5, 6 holes off, depending on who it is. But it should be a lot of fun. There's Danny Trosper, by the way, from Canton, Michigan. He went back-to-back in qualifying for PGA Tour events earlier this year. He's 1 over on the day through 17 and 2 under on the tournament. And our man Scott here, Ebert, who is local for Traverse City Golf and Country Club. But he's still in the mix, -2 and 7 off the pace. So it should be a lot of fun tomorrow in the final round of the 103rd Michigan Open. All right, want to thank all our great folks that help the show go by and make it possible for you, especially on location. And one of those people is our good friends at Thomas McGee's. I know if you're up here visiting and you go downstate and you live downstate and you're looking for a place for mixed martial arts, for boxing, for international soccer, they're open up at any time of the day or night. You go to Thomas McGee's, Eastern Market. It's beautiful. They got Patio City right now, all in compliance with all the COVID rules from Governor Whitmer for the state of Michigan. So please support the local businesses. Go to Thomas McGee's. They have great specials there. The patio's awesome. I was there last weekend for those big crime fights. Had a great time. My man Eric Olson, the owner, proprietor of Thomas McGee's, a big supporter of this show. So I want to send that back to him as well. We appreciate them making shows like this possible. And of course, our friends at Amwager Horse Racing having a Renaissance Derby this weekend. You get a free instant $10, no deposit necessary. You enter a promo code Task Force when you sign up. Also, if you put a first deposit in, they'll match it up to $100. Put in 50, they'll match you 50. Put in 80, they'll match you for 80. So check them out at Amwager.com. Over 450 tracks around the world and daily cash rewards on top of your match bonus. All right, we will keep you abreast as we're almost through the 3rd round here of the 103rd Michigan Open, and tomorrow we'll crown a champion for the 103rd version of this tournament. So stay tuned to the task force for live updates. We'll do another live show here tomorrow. And I want to thank Kevin Helm, the executive director of the Michigan section of the PGA, for joining us. And as I mentioned, his staff here, Justin, the tournament director, all the great people that are floating around the course, making sure this thing goes smooth. The players obviously really appreciate it, but us that are covering this or that are up here as fans appreciate it as well. That's going to do it for me here live from the Bear. You see the 18th in the background. This hole has tamed me many times. But until next time, I want to thank Kevin Helm for joining us. This has been the Task Force. I'm Dan Leach. Believe in the dream. Wash your hands. Spread love, not hate. Take care of yourself. Take care. Peace sticks.